So these are paid personal readings. If anybody would like a personal reading here today, head over to my website, temperanceandsage.com, to pay for the live personal reading. The link is down below in the description box. Alrighty, let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 54. You'd like to know thoughts and feelings today. Let us see. Whoa, we'll take the Lover's card, but that is like 15 cards there. All right, so when it comes to this combination, it seems like they feel a push-pull when it comes to today. When we have the Lover's card come forward, there's this desire to be in your energy, desire to connect with you, desire to be around you, this pull when it comes to being close to you. But then with the Devil card coming forward, we feel hesitant energy, we feel this sort of unsure nature. We're not quite sure maybe how to make something happen, how to create a sense of flow, how to move forward, or how to connect, right? So we have this push-pull that comes forward through the idea of the Devil as well as the Lover's card, where we are wanting to connect, wanting to create some sort of flow, but we end up being in this place of just being very unsure about how something could happen, or very unsure about how something could move forward in terms of the energy between the two of you. Now, when we have the Five of Pentacles come forward here as well, we feel the sense of like distance. We feel a challenging energy. We feel this want to kind of create change in a situation, but being very unsure about how to create that flow, how to create that opportunity, how to create that direction ahead. And it makes things just feel a very kind of strong, uncertain energy. We feel like maybe there is some sort of different way that we could move something forward, but we just don't know how to create it or how to make it happen. So I would say, based off of this combination, it feels like they are in a place of feeling a passion towards you, King of Wands, feeling a desire towards you, Lover's card, feeling a sense of trust towards you through the idea of the King of Pentacles, being all in this place of wanting to make something happen, wanting to create a point of flow, wanting to be in your energy, but just kind of also being at the same time very unsure about how to create some sort of movement here with the Five of Pentacles, how to be close to you, how to understand what you're looking for or what you're wanting. Oh, I forgot about this dang vacuum again here. Let me pause that 1 second. Da, 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 da. Loading. All right. And we get into this place of being very unsure when it comes to connecting or like understanding how you're feeling with the idea of the Five of Pentacles. And then with the Devil, we get sort of in this place of like restriction because we don't really know how to create some sort of flow. We don't know how to create some sort of opportunity. We don't know how to create some sort of movement. And it just kind of makes things feel difficult when it comes to moving ahead because we're wanting to be close. We're wanting to see movement. We're wanting to see connection, but we feel such hesitancy or we feel a sense of difficulty when it comes to the actual idea of connecting that we kind of have these fears here about what that means or how things could move forward or how things can kind of happen. And we get into a strong place of hesitancy when it comes to creating a flow. So that's what I would say here when it comes to this combination, like really thinking about connecting with you, seeing some sort of movement with you, being in your energy, but just being unsure about maybe how to connect in a deeper way or like how to get over some sort of a fear when it comes to being maybe being around you or being in this connection, right? Something fear about connecting. So what does he want you to know? Let us see. All right. So he wants you to know that he wants to be on the same page. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. There's the energy here of wanting to be able to communicate together, wanting to bring forward clarity in the eyes between the two of you, wanting to bring forward connection. And with this Three of Wands, we want to be in a place here to look forward. So They are trying to look ahead to see how the two of you can connect. They're trying to look forward to see what's the possibilities here between the two of you. Six of Swords, they're trying to see how there can be an opportunity here to move forward and connect in a way that can bring forward flow and communication on the same page and same direction. How we can bring forward an opportunity to see change or see difference. How we can Hierophant find a way to bring forward structure and commitment, or structure and shared values, right? How we can bring forward an opportunity to move in a new way, in a way that we can find ourselves move forward with kind of a sense of like longevity in mind, right? We have this rooted, structured energy that comes forward with the Hierophant, where we want to hold to those certain ideas, where we want to hold to those certain values. We don't want to have issues. We don't want to have difficulties. We just want to find ourselves be in a place that is of value. And so this combination basically comes forward here in wanting to say that I want you to know that I'm trying to look for a way that is sustainable for us to connect. I'm trying to look for a way to find us a good flow of communication. I'm trying to look for a way that our patterns can be things that we can kind of hold in our mind or hold as a standard for us for a longer period of time, rather than it just being something that's only going to work for us for today. We have things will be different, so they are wanting things to be different here between the two of you. They're wanting to make sure that there's the opportunity here to kind of see flow, or opportunity here to be able to move forward in structure, wanting to have a change between you two. We also have, I can't get enough of you. So they're wanting to be in your energy, wanting to choose you, wanting to connect with you. And then we also have very soon coming forward here as well. So they're wanting to create this change sooner rather than later. They're not wanting to have issues. They're not wanting to have connection that is going to fall apart. They are wanting to have a smooth flow of conversation and ways of interacting between the two of you. So that's what I would say here when it comes to this combination. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 55. 55, you'd like to know thoughts and feelings for the next 7 days. Let us see. All right, so this is thinking about how to create some movement between the two of you that feels very balanced and also feels very caring. When we have the Knight of Pentacles coming forward, this is them wanting to interact with you, wanting to build something up, wanting to have a sense of direction ahead. So Knight of Pentacles wants to add to a situation. The Knight of Pentacles wants to see more come forward. The Knight of Pentacles wants to have value come ahead in a way that is building up today, tomorrow, the next day, yesterday. We're wanting to see a really good direction come ahead here. And so when we have this energy come forward with the idea of the Six of Pentacles, we're strongly thinking about how we can create some sort of flow, how we can create some sort of energy here that feels really balanced, that feels very open, that just has this opportunity for the two of you to kind of interact in a way that both parties are feeling this movement, both parties are feeling this value, both parties are feeling like things are building up. And with the Two of Swords, Four of Swords, it seems like they're strongly thinking about how can they take a plan or they take an action to move ahead, but there's not a rush energy whatsoever in this combination. So over the next 7 days here, they're not feeling pressured to make something happen. They're very much in a state of energy here that's wanting to allow a natural flow to come forward, but also again really thinking about what can they do to make something happen or that something move forward in a better way. But not like I need it to work, I need it to happen. It's more of like, what can I do from my side here to make this better? Also, with the King of Cups energy coming forward, they're feeling a strong sense of care towards you. So we're feeling this trust, we're feeling this security, we're feeling this shared values here. And now with the King of Cups, we're trying to bring forward the emotion, we're trying to bring forward the caring, nurturing energy, this desire to connect, and this desire to see more move forward and flow. So that's what I would say here based off this combination. Very much thinking about how to connect, how to move forward in a way that feels balanced, how to apply the sense of care so that there's an opportunity here between the two of you to be on the same page, and really just thinking about what can they do next, where can they kind of apply themselves to the energy of the two of you. So that's what I would say. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now, and we are on personal reading order number 56. All right, 56, you'd like to know, was your dream accurate about D this morning? Let us see. No worries. Thank you as well for allowing me to do your reading for you. All right, so we do have the Sun card coming forward, and the Sun is the absolute only card that I use to signify a yes to the question that is being asked. And so this would say yes. Now, I would watch your interpretation of it though. With the Queen of Swords coming forward here, there might be kind of a strict view or strict lens that you have when it comes to this particular dream that may need to kind of allow itself to unfold in the way that it needs to. So sometimes Spirit can say, yes, it's accurate, but how you are interpreting it could need to have a little bit of leeway here, because we have the Strength card which says do not force something. Things need to work together. We need to detach from the viewpoint or detach from the need for a result, and also not allow ourselves to overly apply the blinders in the situation. So I'm trying to think of an example here. So maybe there's an opportunity for say you had dreamt about them reaching out. It's like maybe yes, they're reaching out, but maybe it's not in the actual version that you saw in the dream. Maybe you're talking to them in the dream, but in reality it comes forward as a text message. Maybe in reality it comes forward as an email, but just in the dream you experience talking to them, right? So there's something like that that's going on here when we have the Fool, which would talk about the idea of detaching from a particular outcome. And then with the Queen of Swords, not being so strict when it comes to how something needs to be or what something should look like. And with the Strength card of not trying to force something to be, not trying to force something in a particular manner. So I would say that the dream is accurate, yes, but we may need to make sure that we're not creating a harsh interpretation of the dream and expecting that particular like fallout into reality or replication into reality is what I would say. But it does look like it was accurate, yes. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you're interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. All right, let's go ahead here with 57. 57, you'd like to know, are you going to see him soon somewhere? Let us see. All right, so I would say it does look like you're going to see him, but I wouldn't necessarily classify it as soon. We have the Star, which needs you to be open and hopeful and vulnerable in the situation, but it's also saying this vulnerability may need to give some time, right? We're vulnerable to the idea of time, or we're open to the idea of things moving forward, or kind of like releasing to the universe is what we could kind of say in terms of the vulnerabilities, right? Allowing things to kind of need to happen in its own way, shape, or form in terms of time. Now, with the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups is one of the longer terms when it comes to energy, so I don't really see it happening soon. When we see the Ace of Cups coming forward here, the Ace of Cups would signify month, 1 month in the minimum, or months when it comes to moving forward. And so that energy is not necessarily soon, but we do see the offering here when it comes to connecting, and the Eight of Cups, seeing movement and opportunity for more, seeing something shift and change. We see you calling them in with the idea not only of the Queen of Wands, but also of the Magician, being in a place of passion, excitement, desire, the want for more, or the want to connect, or the want for flow, right? So all this energy comes forward here to me to say that we're calling this in to make it happen, but it's just not necessarily coming forward here in a way that is soon. So I would say yes to all, but not soon. So let us see, does he want to see you? So I would say yes when it comes to this culmination. The King of Wands is somebody who comes forward in a place of desire or passion. We have this place of wanting to connect through the idea of the Two of Swords, as well as the World, wanting to create some sort of new cycle, new direction, new point of flow here, opportunity to connect in a new way. So I would say yes based off this combination. It seems like there's a point here of wanting to connect. I would say though, when it does come to the idea of the Fool with the Seven of Swords, they're not really in a place to kind of like shout it from the rooftops to make something happen. It seems like they're more so in a place here of saying, when it happens, it will happen. When it creates the flow, it creates the flow. I'm not necessarily in a place to like push to make an opportunity here to connect. So I would say that it does look like he wants to see you, but it's not necessarily going to be in a place of like rushing to make it happen. So let's go ahead and see, does he want to talk to you? All right. So I would say that he wants to talk to you, but there are some fears here when it comes to connecting. The Four of Cups coming forward with the Devil can be a very difficult energy because we can have a hard time in seeing how something can be different or something could be new. So they might be hesitant in certain ways when it comes to how the two of you have interacted in the past, or interactions that they've just had in general in the past, and kind of having that influence what it would be like or what it would look like when it comes to connecting. So they're kind of in a place here of saying, the past has looked like a particular thing, and so I'm fearful when it comes to talking, that it may end up in a certain place, it might look like a certain thing, or there could be some restrictions when it comes to talking in general. Then when we also have the Knight of Wands come forward, we are in a place of passion. So we have this excitement, we have this desire to connect, and the Three of Pentacles also wants to build community. So the Three of Pentacles also wants to connect. Now the High Priestess can say that they may be suppressing the desire in one way or another, kind of pushing it off, holding it back. And so we do see this point here of wanting to connect. We see the point of wanting to chit-chat, wanting to be in your energy. But there is some fears here when it comes to connecting as to what that's going to look like, how that's going to be, or what could kind of happen when it comes to the two of you talking. But based on this combination, I would say that he hasn't forgotten about you, and it would look like he wants to talk, but he has some hesitancies when it comes to talking itself. So let's see if they have a thought about you. Let us see. So I would say yes, based on this combination here, that they have thoughts about you. Two of Wands with the Three of Wands is kind of like anticipation of the future. What can the future look like? How can something move forward? What's an opportunity to make a plan, make a step, or make something happen? How can something move forward? Four of Wands would come to this point of connection. How can we connect? How can we see some sort of energy flow? How can we be around you? And then when we also have the idea of the Hierophant coming forward here as well, we have this sense of desire for structure, or we have this sense of desire for shared values or commitment, right? The energy here is wanting to be able to see some sort of flow, structure, or movement. But then when we have the Devil card come forward, we can be thinking about more of the hesitant energy. We can be thinking about more where something has gone wrong. We can be thinking about more of the issues in one way or another when it comes to the idea of connecting. So based off of this combination here, it seems like they are in a place of like having thoughts of you, thinking about what it would look like to take action towards you or create some sort of flow towards you here, but also being in a place of saying, I see some restrictions when it comes to doing that, and just kind of thinking through this energy, thinking through what it looks like, how it would be, what would be the direction here to try to create some sort of flow or try to create some sort of energy in connecting with yourself. So I would say yes, but it is not necessarily all just hunky-dory. We are thinking about some restrictive energy coming forward here and kind of what that looks like and what that would mean to connect. But I would say yes, that they have thoughts about yourself. So let's go ahead and see, why did you dream of him? All right, so it seems like you have dreamt of him here because there's a feeling of disconnect. Five of Swords comes forward as wanting to see some sort of connection here, but feeling the sense of disconnect. So you're wanting to be in their energy or wanting to be around them or wanting to connect with them. But because we're feeling this pushback here with the Seven of Wands, this resistance, and not feeling the communication or being on the same page with this Five of Swords, it creates a sense of resistance. It creates a sense of pushback. It creates difficulties. And so Ace of Cups comes forward here with the Queen of Cups, the wanton desire for emotions to flow, the wanton desire to connect. Oh my goodness. Sorry, choked on air. The wanton desire to connect kind of creates a sense of difficulty in terms of like, where do we place this emotion? And so with the Five of Cups energy, we end up in a place of yearning. We end up in a very challenging energy when it comes to connections. And what are we missing with the Five of Pentacles? That sense of distance, right? So dreaming is kind of a way to close that distance or close that gap when we have these emotions that we're wanting to express. So it seems like you've dreamt of him because there's an emotional yearning to connect, and dreaming is a way for the mind to extend itself to another so that it can kind of close that gap when we can't close that gap in the physical. So let's go ahead and see what is going on here with the message cards. We have the I need you card, so they can be wanting to be in your energy. King of Wands did come forward, so that's the passions, the desires. We have I have regrets, so they could be wanting to handle some things in a different way with that Devil energy coming forward there as well. Can definitely be viewing themselves in a light of like needing to create changes in their life. We also have give me some time, so they're in a place of needing to make something happen over a period of time rather than being able to come forward immediately. And then we also have together we can grow old. So they are finding things that can kind of work forward or connect between the two of you for the long haul, thinking about long-term future rather than just passion. We had this one turned over, so we will take that one. And then we also have the I love you card come forward. And so the I love you card doesn't necessarily just mean I love you, right? It can be coming forward here to show that they do have emotion for you. They have a sense of desire to connect with you, this desire to be in your energy. Because I don't really have anything that really has a sense of like just being on the basis of liking or of interest card, the I love you card kind of encompasses everything within inside of that. So that's what I would say. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you are interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Let's go ahead here for 58. 58, you'd like to know, was the phone number a real phone number? Let us see. So I would say it's a real phone number, but not for the person in which you're looking for it to be. When we have the energy coming forward here of the Ten of Swords, there is some sort of betrayals or endings, especially when it comes to the idea of communication or the mind. And so this would say the phone number may not be linked to who we are hoping that it is linked to, but 10 of Cups with the Chariot, you'll find a way to connect with people through this phone number. So the phone number itself is real, but connecting to the person may not be real. It may not be, one-to-one. Now, the King of Cups also comes forward with a sense of care or direction. And so, again, that would kind of give confirmation that it leads to somebody. Somebody is in care of this phone number. But the Two of Swords says that we kind of have to be in a place of thinking, or we kind of have to be in a place of analyzing the situation and kind of recognizing the direction of it. So I would say that it is linked to somebody, yes, but it's not necessarily linked to the person that you're hoping that the phone number goes to. The phone number does exist as a phone number, but it's not necessarily something that is going to get you the communication or the confirmation that you are looking for. So I would say yes to it being a real phone number, but not for the person you would like the phone number to be attached to. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you are interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here for 59. 59, you'd like to know what's coming that's good for you. Let us see. All right. So we do see a change here in the energy that has felt held back for you. Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords can say communication or ideas that have felt very restrictive is now going to have a change. The Death card signifies that there's going to be an opportunity for something to be different, for something to evolve, for something to move forward in a different way for you. And with the Queen of Cups, Three of Wands, it gives forward an opportunity for you to feel like something can grow, like something can move forward beyond what you've been experiencing thus far. And it provides a sense of care, so it can make you feel more loved, it can make you feel more cared for, it can make you feel more emotionally balanced, and it would take away the sense of difficulty around communication and worries. So this could say, maybe we're going from a state of not talking to somebody to talking to somebody, or feeling lost when it comes to how do we communicate or how do we push forward in directions in life, to all of a sudden here's the direction coming forward towards you. We might go from a place of saying we don't really know how to chit chat and express our ideas when it comes to our own emotions, to all of a sudden here is the direction here to be able to move forward, right? It's like the opportunity to provide the sense of care, provide the sense of direction, or provide the sense of opportunity for things to kind of change around in your life so that you can feel more connected, feel more like there's growth opportunities, feel more cared for, right? Just feel kind of in a place of a little bit more stability around emotions and growth and connection, especially when it comes to feeling the sense of change beyond, like feeling a sense of change around communication with others seems to be the energy going on here. Not being in a place of difficulties, but instead connecting in a way that it creates a sense of openness and creates a sense of flow. So let's go ahead here into your message cards. We have the card I Need You coming forward here as well. So there is this sense of passion, desire, excitement that's coming ahead here. We have Is It Too Late? So they can be a little bit fearful about taking certain actions, wondering if it's something that is going to be the best way of moving forward, the best way of connecting. We also have I See You in My Dreams. So they too could be dreaming about you, dreaming and connecting with you. We also have I Still Feel the Spark. So there is desire, there's excitement that's coming forward here. Very much fire energy. And then we also have the card I Promise coming forward here as well. And so they can be wanting to make promises, fulfill some promises, be in the place of communication and connection. So I see them coming forward here and basically saying, I'm in this place of desire for you and I would like to be around you, but I'm worried or I wonder if it's too late to make some things happen, but I still want to create some sort of movement and connect with you. And so I'm trying to figure that out, and maybe even as a result, that you show up in my dreams as I'm trying to figure out the best direction and best avenue to connect and make something happen. So that's what I would say here with this combination. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here for personal reading order number 60. 60, I'd like to know, does he feel that way because you might be coming off as a little distant or standoffish? Let us see. So based on this combination, I would say no. I think that this is just a general fear of the future. When we have this Three of Swords energy come forward here, there's a sense of worry about directions. There's a worry about expansion. So it's just more so in the place of saying how things could lead, right? What could things build up to be? We have this Temperance card coming forward, and so that would be like the peace or flow or working together, right? It's kind of seemingly like they're fearful of the outcome of happiness or fearful of the outcome of good, because we have this King of Wands energy which wouldn't really want to be tied down. The King of Wands energy wants to do their own thing. Nine of Pentacles is also somebody who wants to be valued as the individual self. So we have two cards here that wants them to be their own individual selves. And then we have this idea here of blending with the Temperance card, blending into one, blending into happiness. So it seems like they're kind of in a place of being a little bit fearful just in general about the idea of moving forward, because it comes forward as a fear of like moving towards more, right? It's like what happens if it does lead towards something successful, right? There's that sort of sense of fear. I would also say that it probably comes forward as a fear of like losing self, losing that individuality, and becoming a sense of a whole, right? When we have the idea of the Ten of Cups, we have that like togetherness aspect, and so we can maybe be a little bit fearful of what that would mean to like be together, and we lose a sense of who we are as an individual. So I would more so say it's like a fear of losing self and a fear of gaining happiness or like togetherness, and kind of putting that on a pedestal, and then being afraid of like how things could fall out. What does that look like? How does that move forward? Like kind of like commitment issues just in general is more of what I would call this, rather than it having to do with you coming off as distant or standoffish. So let us go ahead and see, how does he view you? All right, so we again have this Devil energy coming forward here. So he does view you as somebody who can bring forward this Devil energy, but can also bring forward this Ten of Cups. So he views you as somebody who can bring forward happiness, but can also bring forward restriction. So this could say that he sees you in a respectable light with the Emperor. Your energy would be the Emperor here itself. So somebody who's bringing forward respect, stability, somebody who can take action, somebody who can stand on their own, right? There's a very respectful energy that comes forward of seeing you as the Emperor. And we also, with the Six of Pentacles, see you as somebody who's quite fair, see you as somebody who's quite balanced, who's willing to do give and take, who's willing to create flow, right? These are two very nice cards. But with the Eight of Swords, we can kind of see you as somebody who can maybe get trapped up in words or get trapped up in conversations, or can overthink, or could be influenced here with this Eight of Swords by the ideas of others. So they could say maybe certain things that they say or certain things that they do can kind of get you in a caught energy rather than it being kind of expressed and just flown. And so they can maybe feel a sense of fear here with this Devil energy about speaking in certain ways or making certain things ideas, because you may kind of get attached to those words or get attached to those ideas. Ten of Cups would also say that we would see this as like a happiness. So they see you as somebody that they can have a lot of happiness with, that they can connect with, that they can see movement and flow with, but also with its Devil energy here as well, as somebody that can maybe fall into certain patterns or could fall into certain restrictions, or they could even view that as like you can bring those things out of them, where they can fall into patterns or they can fall into restrictive energy based off of being around you. So that's what I would say here when it comes to this combination. So why does he want to rekindle things? Let's go ahead and see. All right. So it seems like he was thinking about the endings and viewing it as a lost opportunity, seeing it as something that he missed out on. And with this Page of Pentacles, still finds value in connecting. So I don't see it's just out of loneliness or anything like that. But I do more so see that this is the energy coming forward here as something that was an opportunity that they feel like they can kind of renew, that they can feel like creating something to move forward with or create something to happen in a different way, something that could reach a new level, but also coming forward here in a place of saying like, something that they feel like they lost in general. So I don't really see this as like something that's happening out of loneliness, but it seems like they want to rekindle things because they view it as a missed opportunity. They see that there's still value there, they see that there's a direction there, and they might even feel like the previous ending was maybe a little bit too harsh or a little bit unnecessary with this Ten of Swords energy, because the Ten of Swords can create a betrayal or it can create a hard ending rather than just a pause. So they can kind of view it as saying that the ending didn't need to happen in the way that the ending did or at the time that it did, and there could have been an opportunity to see something shift and change and move forward in a new way rather than it being something that would be in a place of difficulties or rather than being in a place of restriction. So it's kind of like they are looking at the idea of rekindling things as a way to create a sense of flow, create a sense of opportunity, or create a sense of change when it comes to the ending between the two of you, because they're viewing it as something that still has the room to grow instead of something that needs to be chopped down or even should have been chopped down. So that's what I would say with this combination. We have you're what I've been dreaming of. So you have a lot of the qualities that they would be looking for, wanting, or desiring when it comes to an individual. And they do miss your touch. So here we would have that energy of like missing you, wanting to connect with you, wanting to be around you. And then we also have just called to say hi, which can say that they don't really know what to say. They don't really know what to do when it comes to the situation. They're wanting to create an opportunity, they're wanting to create a direction, but they just don't really maybe know how to get that energy to flow, how to communicate, or how to get that opportunity to move ahead. And so they're in this place of saying, I want to connect, but I don't really know maybe what to say to get these connections to flow or get this connection energy to move forward. So that's what I would say. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out my website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you are interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here with 61. 61, you'd like to know, will you be seeing him in person within the next month? Let us see. All right. So I would say that this is a bit more of a difficult energy to make something happen rather than it is leaning in your favor. When we have this energy coming forward here through the Ten of Swords, it would be more so a difficulty, right? The Ten of Swords would be endings, it would be communication betrayals. So the idea of let's see how this goes, we can feel like that is in a sense some underlying promise or underlying direction of like leaning it in our favor, right? But and then feel kind of betrayed or feel kind of in a sense of lacking when it does not. The Four of Cups can also come forward in that bit of a stubborn energy there as well, where we're wanting to extend the offering, but it is kind of being in a place of being refused. So these two cards here give me more of the idea that we're not necessarily going to be seeing them in person, or at least not this week, but we can't force something to be. Temperance here is really coming forward as a need for patience and a need for balance to allow the situation to kind of flow in the time and space that it needs to. So don't kind of push it to make it happen. Allow things to kind of flow. We also have with this Queen of Wands here as well, maybe allow them to come forward towards you rather than trying to push after them. If they're saying, let's see where it goes, then let's see where it goes. Don't be in a place of trying to get, what about this day? What about that day? What about this day, right? Just kind of allow things to flow forward, especially with the idea coming ahead here with the Strength card. The Strength card is asking for you not to force a situation, but instead allow a situation to be in a place of naturally flowing as it moves forward in the time and space that it needs to. So based on this combination here, I would say it's more unlikely to see them this month. Not really at all this week. We may see something as the time goes on to maybe something later, but I just don't really see this energy coming forward here as something that is very possible to happen this month. So I would say at least not this week, maybe something towards the later half of the month, but it looks like a situation here where we can't force something and we may end up in a place of disappointment when it comes to the idea of what was partially communicated. So that's what I would say. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you are interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. So these are paid personal readings. It says in the pinned comment there that these are not free. If you'd like to have a personal reading here today, you can go ahead and pay for a reading, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. But just as the pinned comment and the description box says, they are not free readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 62. 62, you'd like to know, what's your love life going to be like for the rest of the year? Let us see. What is your love life going to be like for the rest of the year? All right. So we do definitely see some positive new beginnings here, and it's definitely going to be focused on growth. You might find that your love life kind of bounces in and out of feeling connected to somebody and feeling a little bit more on your own, because we do have a sense of the Hermit coming forward, which is very much you following your own passions, your own desires, figuring out about yourself, and kind of maybe even reflecting with the people that you find around you and learning more about you. So if you're not in a partnership already, this could mean that you meet individuals that allow you to learn more about yourself, learn more about what you want when it comes to partnerships, more what you want when it comes to a partner in general, and kind of how to navigate getting there. Then when we have this Ace of Pentacles come forward, especially with the Sun, we can see a new beginning come forward here when it comes to your love life. So this could say, if you are somebody who doesn't have a partner here right now, you could see a partnership come forward by the end of the year and have an opportunity to connect with them. But this can also be here as well, that if you already do have a partner, you're in this place of kind of like self-reflecting over the course of the end of the year, which can lead to new beginnings and newfound structure, newfound stability, newfound trust, and positivity in the relationship that you're already in. So this Two of Pentacles is going to give that back and forth energy, which is why I said you might find yourself in a place of feeling more committed, and then might find yourself in a place of feeling more like by yourself, or kind of going in your own direction. Because this Two of Pentacles is a very much back and forth energy where we're trying to flow in one direction and then we flow forward into another. So I see you, I wouldn't say bouncing in and out of commitment, but you might find yourself be at a place where you're a little bit maybe more focused on commitment, and then you pull back and more so focused on yourself. I don't see like breakup and makeup and breakup and makeup sort of happening here, but I see this idea of maybe you are, say you're single, maybe you go on a couple of dates, and then it kind of goes into a place where maybe things get busy and you focus on yourself, and then things open up and you go on more couple of dates with this person, and then things get busy and you focus on yourself, right? More of that sort of back and forth energy can come forward for the rest of the year. I do see with this King of Wands as well as this Knight of Wands that we're seeing an increase in passion for you. So an increase of confidence, an increase of excitement. This can be as you learn and more about yourself and feel more on the pathway that you need to be on, the more confident that you are around pursuing particular people or pursuing specific relationships here, pursuing relationships in general. You might feel more confident to connect with people, to chit chat with people, to approach people. And even that confidence can then be expressed to others, where people are seeing that and wanting to approach you more. So you might find with this King of Wands, Knight of Wands, that there is a strong pull or attraction. So people are coming forward towards you more for the rest of the year and kind of expressing themselves more. Now, this particular card combination doesn't necessarily give commitment, so you might find that as things progress forward for the rest of the year, that you are in a place of maybe going on dates and things like that, but not necessarily labels. So if you are already in a relationship, we could say that the relationship will kind of remain on this stage that it's at. We're not really seeing anything deepening, so not taking relationship to the next stages, but we're seeing this offering of commitment come forward. So routine, structure, values. We're getting something from being in this energy. I just don't really see the idea of like, say you're in a relationship, I wouldn't see engagement by the end of the year. Or say you are in the talking stages, we may not necessarily see something come forward like complete labels, but we may find some sort of value like exclusivity come forward, right? There's something where we're seeing it kind of take a next step or next direction, just a little bit towards the idea of commitment, but not necessarily seeing something lead in directly towards the idea of like complete structure. The Fool also goes forward this sort of like detached energy, so we're not really seeing anything specific come forward in terms like a particular pathway. So again, maybe not necessarily seeing like commitment by the end of the year, but we're seeing with this Ace of Pentacles some sort of offering of a new beginning that feels like it's valuable. It feels like it has a
It feels like it has weight to it rather than just offering, you know, friends with benefits or something like that to come forward. So I would say here by the end of the year, or for the rest of the year, you are going in and out of finding value of being around others, finding positivity of being around others, and finding growth within self. You're definitely going to find a lot of people approach you here, or a lot of people show interest into you, but we're seeing kind of a free-flowing nature come forward when it comes to the idea of moving ahead, where we may not necessarily see a complete rooted energy come forward by the end of the year. You might find as we enter into the new year that that's when you get more of the commitment of like putting on labels or finding relationships, take next steps. You might see it progress forward into the next year. But I do more so see the approach, the passion, the excitement, the desire, positive energy coming forward in your love life, and definitely some lessons that bring forward a sense of like growth for yourself is coming ahead here as well. So that's what I would say. So this is the last call for a personal reading to be done here on this morning's live. If anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. I will be on the live for the next 5 more minutes if you are interested in having a personal reading here today. So temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings.